are 12 teams scheduled to play 4 games each in Week 22. That leaves fantasy managers plenty of options to sift through on the waiver wire. Here are 6 players to consider adding who could exploit their favorable schedules.
Duncan Robinson, Miami Heat, 52% available. It doesn't seem like Tyler Herro, foot, will return soon for the Heat, as coach Eric Spoelstra said Wednesday that there is still no timetable for Herro's return. Robinson has started each of the last 9 games with Herro sidelined, averaging 34 minutes during that span.
When Robinson gets additional playing time, he can carry a fantasy team in 3-pointers. Over the last 9 games, he has averaged 13.1 points and 2.8 3-pointers per game.
He also provided 3.6 rebounds and 3.8 assists per game. The Heat will play 4 times in Week 22, so don't hesitate to add Robinson if you need 3-pointers. Isaiah Stewart, Detroit Pistons, 53% available. Injuries and a suspension have limited Stewart to just 43 games this season.
When he has been available to take the floor, he continues to fill a starting role. He isn't just a token starter, either, logging 31 minutes per game for the season.
Over the last 8 games, Stewart has averaged 11.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 1.1 blocks and 1.8 3-pointers. Even with the Pistons playing for nothing more than a high draft pick, he averaged 33 minutes during that span.
With no indication that his playing time will be reduced anytime soon, Stewart is worth adding with the Pistons set to play 4 games next week. Simone Fontecchio, Detroit Pistons, 58% available. Fontecchio has bounced between the starting lineup and the second unit since being acquired from the Jazz.
Regardless of which role he has filled, playing time has not been an issue. He is averaging 30 minutes per game since joining the team and has logged at least 32 minutes in each of the last 3 games. With Fontecchio playing more than he did with the Jazz, he has averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1.9
assists and 2.6 3-pointers with his new team. He has also been an asset with his percentages, shooting 47.5% from the field and 87% from the charity stripe. With the Pistons' busy schedule, Fontecchio makes for a great target on the waiver wire.
Harrison Barnes, Sacramento Kings, 66% available. Barnes is not having a fantasy-friendly season. He is averaging just 12.3 points and 2.8 rebounds per game. Prior to this season, he hadn't averaged fewer than 14.5
points per game since the 2015-16 season. He had also never averaged fewer than 4 rebounds per game. If there is a silver lining with Barnes, it's that he's averaging 1.9 3-pointers, which is on pace to be the second highest mark of his career.
He is also shooting 48.9% from the field and 80.6% from the free throw line. Considering that the Kings will play 4 times in Week 22, volume alone should make him a fantasy-relevant option. Delano Banton, Portland Trail Blazers, 72% available. The good news is that the Trail Blazers will play 4 times next week.
The bad news is they're difficult to rely on in terms of players taking the floor. Jeremy Grant, hamstring, has missed 5 of their last 7 games. Scoot Henderson is having his minutes limited in back-to-back sets.
Jabari Walker, hip, has also missed 5 straight. One player who has been given more opportunities down the stretch is Banton. Since being acquired from the Celtics, he has averaged 24 minutes over 15 games with the Trail Blazers.
Over their last 9 games, he has averaged 16.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, 3.2 assists and 2.3 3-pointers. Given that he has likely solidified a place in their rotation, he's a viable target in deeper formats.
T.J. McConnell, Indiana Pacers, 80% available. Benedict Mathurin, shoulder. Being lost for the remainder of the season is significant. Not only was he instant offense off the bench for the Pacers, but he was averaging 26 minutes per game.
The Pacers have also battled other injury issues, including Doug McDermott, calf, sitting out 8 straight games. McConnell doesn't need a lot of playing time to be fantasy relevant. In just 18 minutes per game this season, he has averaged 9.1
points, 2.7 rebounds, 5.4 assists and 1.1 steals while shooting 55% from the field. The Pacers have 4 games upcoming, so with McConnell set to possibly log some extra playing time, he makes for a great target for fantasy managers who need assists.